Right. Okay. Welcome to the revision session. And let's just quickly go for this. When you expand and simplify here, right, I'll have to point at you because I can't mention your name. Young man, how do you expand this out? Tell me what it is.
19
Yeah.
minus 18.
Minus 18. Excellent. 3t take away 15. Excellent. And then once you've done that, you'll get 1 mark for that. And then that's the expansion done. Then it's simplify. You collect all the like terms. Now just be careful. I'd like to circle around it. Take the signs. 9t plus 3t is 12t. Now be careful here. This is minus 18. Then minus 15. So if it's down by 18 and you're going further down by 15, you're going to end up minus 33. Be careful. You're going to end up it's like saying here's the number line, there's minus 18, and you're going back minus 15. The temperature's dropping a further 15. Right. Make A the subject. What does that mean? Good lad. It will be A equals. When it says, at the moment, V is the subject. If it says A is the subject, you want to make A equals. Right. The best way to do this is because that's the way we like to set it up. I'm going to write that on the other side. So we're going to say U plus AT equals V. Okay. I want to leave A on this side. So let me just double check what's happening with A. A is being times by T. Then I added U. So the last thing I did was added U. Opposite of adding U is take away U. So you get AT equals V minus U. Now, I want A the subject. What is happening to A is being multiplied by T. So to take T to the other side, I must do what? Divide. Spot on. So it's going to be V minus U all divided by T. So this ends up as my expression for A. A stands for acceleration in this case. Okay. Can you remind me, how do we factorize? Before we solve, we must factorize.
Find the factor of 35.
Excellent. Find the factor of 35. I'm going to start with 1. 1 times 35. 2 doesn't go into it. 3 doesn't go into it. 4 doesn't. 5 does. 5 goes into it. 7 times. That's it. I've got all my factors. Which of those is going to give me a difference of 2?
5 and 7.
That's it. Spot on. 5 and 7. Then you're going to make a decision. Which one's going to be a positive? Which one's going to be the negative? Now this always dictates the sign of the bigger number. So the bigger number has to be positive. In this case, that 7 has to be plus, and the 5 will be negative. Now, we haven't solved it yet. So, my guy at the back, what is that going to be?
Y equals plus 5.
Excellent.
And Y equals minus 7.
Beautiful. Exactly. Exactly right. So you've got to go in the opposite. Okay? Use the opposite and going from there. Okay, vectors. Vectors, if you look at 3a minus 2b. So what you need to do, you need 3 lots of those. You need 2 lots of those. And then you get that and take that away. Okay? Can you tell me how to do this? What will that be, first of all?
Minus 9.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Left will be E
Yeah.
and 4.
Come on, finish it then.
2 minus 1.
Minus 17, good lad.
Minus 17. 11.
That's it. Okay, just be careful. Same thing here. You minus 9 and you're minusing 8. You're both going in that negative direction. You're going to end up with minus 7. Okay. Where's the minimum point?
I've got like minus 2.
Ooh. The minimum point is right at the bottom. It's the lowest this curve can hit. This ball will go down, bounce here, and bounce back up. So this coordinate, can you tell me that coordinate there?
What? Minus 3. 1.
Can you tell me the...
3.
Say it again.
1 minus 3.
Yeah. Along the corridor, up the stairs. X first, and then minus 3. Always goes X, Y. X, Y. Like the alphabet. X, Y, Z. Okay? X, Y. In that order. Okay, we did some of this last lesson. This is the hardest one. We did some of this last lesson. This is not a nice one, but I'm just going to put it out there. I'll just go through this because I know last time some of you lot struggled. What I'm going to do is, before I go through this, I'm going to just clear everything, and I'm going to just move these objects out of the way. I'm going to introduce this a box around here so you can just see all this in one go. Right, in case it comes, I hope it doesn't come tomorrow. I hope it comes on a calculator paper. But if it comes on tomorrow, just to let you know, you need to make one of these variables the same. Now, the easiest one to make the same here, because if you want to make this the same, you have to multiply both equations by a number, because they don't both go into each other, and the lowest common multiple they will go into is 6. Okay, so you got to make them both 6. However, here that go into each other, so you can just multiply that by 4. Are we okay with that? Yeah, that's just a multiple of the other. So I'm just going to times this equation by 4. What's 3 times 4? 12x. What's 4 times y? 4y. And what is 4 times 11? 44. So now that I can, if you want, you can put a line for it, but I'm just going to rewrite this again. So that becomes a new equation, which has been equation 1, which has been times by 4. And this equation I'm going to just write underneath it. So what I can do here, because that's a 4x, that's a minus 4x, when the signs are different, you just add them. If the signs are the same, you subtract them. So if you add these together, you got 12x plus 2x is 14x. Now here, 4y minus 4y, when you add those together, they will cancel. And 45 add minus 9, it will be 45 minus 9, which is 35. Okay, 44, sorry, 44 minus 9 is 35. Now, if you want the x, divide it through 35 over 14, then 7 goes into both of them. That gives me 5 over 2, and 5 over 2 is 2.5. So x is going to give me 2.5. Once I've got that, I'm going to sub it into any of these expressions. Well, I'm going to sub it back into this expression because they're all positive, and I know you guys like positive stuff. So 3 times 2.5, what's 3 times 2.5? Exactly, 7.5. Add y, and that's going to give me 11. So what do I add on to 7.5 to give me 11? Well, if I add on a half, it gives me 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's y is going to be 3.5. And sometimes they come up in a question, I don't know, you bought a cup of tea or a coffee, and you got that kind of scenario, and what will be the price of a coffee or a tea? You can set it up like that. Okay. Right, enough said on that. We're going on to that prediction paper now, what we said. I gave you that for homework. I'm not going to, unless anybody wants me, can you please, as I'm going through it, I know you lot had a go, some of you lot had a fair go. I will stop at a certain point where I think I need to, but if you want me to stop before that and say, sir, I got stuck on that question, please stop me and I'll go through it. So this is just standard. The way you times this, get rid of the decimal point, times them, and then put numbers behind the decimal point, because you make that 10 times bigger, make that 10 times bigger, you make the answer 100 times smaller. How many minutes in an hour? 60, you all know that. This has a percentage. When you change anything like a percentage, make the denominator out of 100. So what do you multiply 5 to make it 100? 20. And times the top, so that will be 40 over 100, 40%. You get me? Right? So we move on. You know these shapes. You should know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a heptagon or a septagon. Any of those will be accepted. Anybody know this shape? Rhombus. And this shape here is a trapezium. Spot on. Okay, we've got all this. Everybody's these look standard. That just means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We're all good with that. Don't forget BODMAS. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, I'm just going to quickly, we did this. Is everybody okay with this, or do you want me to quickly run through this? Are we all happy? Hands up if anybody wants me to. If not, everybody seems happy. This one will come up. I mean, it usually does come up, so I'll be surprised if it doesn't. It's 40, you break it down into its prime factors. 2 goes into it, that's the easiest prime factor. Prime factors are numbers like 2, 3, 5, 7, etc. Only has a factor of 1 in itself. So 2 times 20, well, 2 is a prime factor. Is 20? No. If it's divisible by any other number than itself and 1, then it's not a prime. So 2 goes into it 10 times. That's not prime number. You can break that down. 2 goes into it 5 times. Now this time 5 is because there's only 1 in 5 will go into 5. So there we go. Now it does say index form. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be 2 to the power of 3 times 5. That's called index form. If it wasn't, I mean, I would always do it in that form. If it wasn't, then you can just put it as a product means times. You could write it like this, but there's the index form. Okay, everybody okay with that? What's the lowest common multiple of these two? Does anybody know that?
5.
Huh?
5.
Lowest common multiple. Think of 25 times table. If I double it, this is my 25. Does 40 go into there? Does 40 go into there? Does it go into there? So you got to keep on going up. That's one way of doing it. So another 25, 150. Can you see what I'm getting at? Boom, there it is. 40, that's the lowest common multiple. The lowest multiple place where that will come up.
So it's 8.
It's 200. That's the lowest common multiple.
I got 7 minus, right?
Its lowest common multiple is 200. Okay, definitely not 8. I'm going to move on. Okay, right, moving on. Now it says here inequality. Which inequality am I going to put here? What is that then that? Less than. Do you remember which way that goes? Does it point that way or that way? Point to the left or right? That's less than that. Okay. Free marker. How was that question? We're good? Move on.
Yeah.
Move on. What about this one? 10. I'll keep on going and see how we go because we only got about 40 minutes left. Is everybody okay with doing this one? Fraction of amount. So basically this one is, when you got 2/3 of means times 18, this is always being divided and then you times it by the top number. So how many 3's go into 18? 6. But that's not 18, that is 1.8. So how many 3's go into 1.8? 0.6. Yeah? And then we're going to times it by 2. What's 2 times 0.6? 1.2. That's kg. Excellent. And if you want that in grams, that will be times it by 1,000. And that will give me 1,200 grams. Well spotted. Okay? We're good? Moving on. We're good with this? Yeah? What about these ones? Simplifying? All good? What's this saying? Can I quickly just go through this? Because this looks difficult, but it's just an expression. And you just have to read through it and write it as an expression as it goes. Thomas has X amount of X amount of games for his Xbox. Stefan has twice as many games as Thomas. Stefan has 3 more games than Lewis. Now, Thomas has X amount. Stefan has twice as many as Thomas, so he's got 2x. And Stefan has 3 more than Lewis, so 3. So Stefan has twice as many there, and he has 3 more than Lewis. Right, I don't know what Lewis is, but I'm gonna come back to that one. 2x, so Stefan has 3 more games than Lewis. How do you know that? With the write an expression for the total number of games that X has. Let me just read this out. Why is it put a new person there? Thomas has X amount of games. Stefan has twice as many games as Thomas. We've got that. Stefan has 3 more games
on the, when Stefan has 2x, and he has 3 more games than Lewis, and you do 2x minus 3 to get Lewis.
Thank you very much. I'm having a mad moment there. Yeah, so he has 3 more. So Lewis has 3 less than that. Well done, I was going mental there. So he's got x, 2x, and Lewis has 2x minus 3 because we don't know what he has, but he's got 3 less. Thank you very much. Had a mad moment there. So you write a total expression for all of this, but how many x's have I got? 2, 4, 5x minus 3. Okay. The key thing was here reading this a couple of times because I was thinking we don't know what he's got, but yes, he's got 3 more than he's got 3 less. Simples. And we know that he's got 2x. Alright, okay, coordinates, everybody okay? Along the corridor up the stairs. Just out of curiosity, what's the coordinates of A? Minus 5 up to, excellent. Okay, we're going to move on. You know what your lines of symmetries are, these are okay. What's this one like? We're all good with this? Okay, they're just... Say again? You want me to do that? Okay, so it goes find out the output when the input is minus 2. So we've got to put minus 2 in this machine. Minus 2 goes into this first machine. What's happened to minus 2? Times by 3. What's minus 2 times 3? Times 6. Minus 6. Now it's going into this machine. What you got to do to minus 6 when it goes here? You got to take off another 6. So that's going to end up minus 12 is going to be the output. Yeah? Okay. Sometimes it's better to write it like this. You've gone minus 3 machine here, then it's gone minus 6, you take it away, and then that gives you the output. Sometimes it's weird that they put it like this. They normally put it in a straight line going like that, number machines. And sometimes you have to reverse it. If you had to reverse this machine, what's the opposite of minus 6, guys? Add 6. So you go in the opposite way now. And what's the opposite of this would be? Divide by 3. Good. Sometimes they ask you to go, they might give you the output. They want to know the input. Now I can put 15 in here. What's 15 add 6? 21. And 21 divided by 3? 7. So that will be the input. You get me? Okay. So you just got to be careful on those. Okay, let's move on. Do you want me to go through this or are you happy? Easy? That one's easy. What about this one? That's it. I'm going to go to the next one because that's a bit tricky. What do we do here? 3 times p divided by 2. Plus 1. Last thing we did was plus 1, so we take away 1. So that gives me 3p over 2 equals 7 take away 1 is 6. I want to take the 2 to the other side. 2 times 6 is 12. So 3p equals 12. Then I divide it by 3. So p equals 4. Okay. Let's move on. So I get these ones, yeah. So it goes here. Here's an irregular pentagon. So pentagon has 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, to be honest with you, this is on your paper. It goes measure that angle. You need a protractor. Put it on and measure that. Okay. What type of angle is that? So you're all happy with it. You got a protractor and put that on. The only thing I would say here, when you're doing it in your exam, I will draw a ruler and just measure. Oh, sorry. Measure EAB. EAB, thanks. Sorry. You put your protractor there. That's center of the protractor. Put the semi-circle protractor there and then measure off from here. You okay with that? Always start from 0, and wherever the 0 scale starts, you move on. You're measuring there anti-clockwise. Okay. And what type of, everybody should know that is a reflex angle. Okay, so let's move on. Reflex angle more than 180. And state 2 lines are most likely to be parallel. So in this scenario, the 2 lines that are most likely to be parallel are DC and AB. Is everybody okay with that? Talk to me, boys. Yeah, okay. Now, they always put these kind of cliffhangers. Did anybody get this? You're good with that? Yeah? Would you like me to go through this or you got this? Okay. They always put these on. You just got to be careful. The pattern below is identical tiles, so they're all the same. Each tile has an area of 48 centimeters and a vertical height of 4 centimeters. So 48 divided by 4 equals 12. Okay, so that means this is 12 and this is vertical height is 4. Work out the perimeter, and then that's it. You clocked it after that. But they come a bit more trickier than this. They've actually been all right with you on here. You're just going to be careful here. That's 12. That's 4. There's only one little stunt you need to do here. What will that be, guys?
12, 2, 3, 4.
Which will be,
8.
yeah. Just be careful there. That's the only thing they've done a bit tricky. That overlap there. Other than that, you just add all the numbers up. You got the perimeter. We're good? Okay. Now, we're okay with that one? That's easy, yeah? Now, that's just plotting those graphs. It's just basically frequency polygon is actually, I'm going to do, let me do this one because it's, people always mess it up. Frequency polygon is a line graph, okay? And frequency diagram is like a bar chart. Now, when you're doing this, you always put the midpoint here. What's in the middle here, guys?
0.5.
0.5. What's the middle here?
1.5.
Etc. So we get all the midpoints here. And then you plot this. I'm just going to do a bit smaller so I can plot this up. So what you do is 0.5 was 15. 1.5 was 20. 2.5 was 9. 3.5 was 24. 4.5 was 17. Actually, I've been marking these a bit wrong. Let me just double check them because they go up in two squares, don't they? So hear me 1 minute. This one, what was this supposed to be?
9.
Nine. That one's all right.
24 is a bit.
24 should have been up here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, and this one is 17, so that's 15, 16, 17, and 11. 5.5 is going to be about 11 there. And then what you do is you get your ruler and you just draw a straight line. Obviously mine's not going to be a straight line, and it's just literally, which one did we go for? Which one? Top one, yeah. Thank you. You just do that. Okay, that's just called like a straight line graph, frequency polygon. So midpoints, don't forget it's the midpoint connecting them all up by your ruler, straight line. I think all that's nice and easy. That's all calm. What about this one? 24, we're good? Let me just quickly go through this because I told you this about error interval of 0.7. So what is the error interval of 0.7 to 1 decimal place, 1 dp? What's the highest? Can that actually, can I just rub this off? It's very important I rub this off. Where's the razor? Right, I can't find the razor. I'm just going to rewrite that again. So 0.7 is going to be less than this, but it's going to equal to the lower bound. Now I'll start you off the lowest it can be, which will round up to 0.65. Thank you very much.
0.75.
And 0, well done, 0.75. Because earlier on I put equal to, then I realized you can't put it equal to. It's got to be less than and greater than or equal to. Are we okay with that? Yeah, but we do use that as the upper bound. This is known as the upper bound, and this is known as the lower bound. Okay. We've done this together. We've done this so many times. Stem and leaf. Can we move on? Yeah, all good. So median is the one in the middle. Okay. We've done some of those, cycling average speed. The only thing you got to be careful here, change it into a decimal number. So when you do 2 and 56 minutes, you do 2 add 56 over 60 when you divide it through. So when you, but this is, can I just say, actually no, can you not do that? Because that would be on a calculator paper. I've just thought that's a bit too difficult on a calculator paper, non-calculator. The actual question says estimate.
60 divided by
So that's going to be 60, thank you very much. Because it's 1 decimal place divided by how many hours? 3. So it's easy, 20 kilometers per hour. Are we okay with that? Yeah. So yeah, sorry, it's an estimate. It's only an estimate, yeah. So when you're estimating each number to one significant figure, and then move on. We've done a lot of time on fractions. Do you want me to go on this one, or you're okay with this? Like me to go through it? Yeah, no worries. So in an office, there are 56 workers. 32 are female. 1/4 of the females wear glasses. 5/6 of the males don't wear glasses. Write down the ratio of males. Write down the ratio of males who wear glasses to females who wear glasses in its simplest form. Okay, right now, I know there are 32 females. 56 take away 32. That's going to give me a 4, and 24 are going to be male. Are we okay with that first of all? Now, 1/4 wear glasses. 1/4 of 32, half of 32, half it then half again. Half of 32 is 16, half it again is 8. So 8 women wear glasses. You all good with that? Now, 5, 6 don't wear glasses. So how many 6 wear glasses? 1/6. What is 1/6 of 24? It's just 24 shared by 6 is 4. Okay. So these are the females wearing glasses. These are the male wearing glasses. Write the ratio who wear glasses male to female in its simplest form. So first of all, male is going to be 4 there. Female is going to be 8 there. And then you simplify that, which will be 1, 2, 2. So you just got to read the question. Be careful. It does say don't. So remember, do. They're going to add up to 1. Yes, sir.
I'll show you my math then, because there, teacher, you said I'm wrong.
Did you write this down?
I didn't see as you did.
Let me read it again. In an office, there are 56 workers. 32 are women. Okay, so 24 are guys. 1/4 wear glasses. So that was 1/4 of that. Yeah. 5, 6 of the males don't wear glasses. So 1/6 do. What is the ratio that wear glasses? Yeah, no, that's right. All right, you might have just misread that. I'll have a look. Okay, 28. Anybody want me to go through 28? We're good. That's again, I've done a lot of time on fractions. You should that pie charts. We're all good with that. Okay. Just remember, pie charts. You get the total divided by 360, and it gives you the angles. We're all good with that, yeah. If we need to do it that way, just be careful with that. What about this? TV on sale. We're good. Right, let's have a look, because I was thinking that. Well, let's see if it's a nice number, because a TV has been reduced by 20% in the summer. The price is now $330. So what was the original price? So what we've done is it's been reduced. It's gone down. We always start with 100. Take away 20%. So that's going to give me 80%. So 80% of the original price of this original TV price, if you took that off there or times it by 80%, you got this new price, which is 336. You want the original price, so you need to do 336 divided by 80 or 80%. Okay, so I'm dividing that by 80%. So let me just, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the decimal point there. So I'm doing it all in decimals, and I can do 8 divided by 33.6. Line at the decimal point. 8 into 3, can't do it. 8 into 33, 8, 6, and 24, 32, 4. Remainder 1. And 8 into 16 is 2. And then I need to, that's 1%, so I need to times that by 100. So the original price would have been 420. Yeah, that could come up. But it didn't take that much of calculation to do. All right, just be careful. So by dividing it by 80%, that told me 1% of the price, the original price. I need to times that by 100 to give me 420. We're good? And if you took 20% of that, that will give you that. Because 20% will be 80, 84. Subtract 84 from that, you get 336. Okay. We're okay with this one. Exchange rate, we're good. Yeah. Okay. Apple crumble. Anybody want to do this? This ingredients, we've done quite a few of those. We're good. No, move on. Now this one, I just want to quickly emphasize. What you got to do is, climber is 180 centimeters. It goes estimate that. You use your ruler, and you roughly just estimate it. How many times would you say roughly that climber is going to have to climb? 4 times its height. So just times it by 4. 8, 6, 9, 32. 7, about 720. 720 centimeters, but it wants it in meters. What do we divide that by? How many meters? How many centimeters in a meter? Yeah, it's about 7.2 meters or 7 meters, 8 meters. Any of those will suffice. Okay. Yeah. It's only an estimate. We're okay with that. Anybody want me to go through solving the equation here? Very simple. Well, I'll tell you how you're going to get marks from here. First, you've got to get marks for expanding. So 1 mark for expanding, you're going to get 2x plus 2 times 5 is 10 is equal to 5x minus 2. Then you take all the x's on the side which has got the most x's. Which side has got the most x's? Left hand side or right hand side? Right hand side. Take that to the other side. So that then gives me 10 is equal to 5x, take away 2x is 3x, minus 2. I want to take the minus 2 to the opposite side. So that's going to give me 12 equals 3x. And then divide this 3 over. So that gives me 4 equals x. Because 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. What about here? Any of these bothering you? Does anybody remember what that means, a half? The power to the half means square root. Okay, when it's a half, square root. If it was a third power, like 8 to the cube, 8 to the root a third, then that is cube root of 8. So square root of 8 is 6. Square root of 36 is 6, and cube root of 8 is 2. Okay, just be careful with that. I've added an extra question there. Okay, that is the answer to this. That was 36 square rooted, which is 6. And I just told you, anything with the power with a fraction in it, they're going to be like roots in there. What happens here? What does that become? What do you do to these powers? No, add them. When you add 10, add minus 2, that becomes 8. Okay. And please use add, don't say subtract, because if you subtract that, then that becomes a 12, because it's a minus 2. I know what you mean. You probably got the answer right. Now, what's the biggest mistake here? Who can tell me the answer for this one? Who's brave enough to tell me? Excellent. HH15. Loads of people forget to cube the 2. Loads of people forget to cube the 2. Okay. This will come up. If it doesn't come, it's definitely going to come up on one of the papers. All you do is you get the x value, you triple it, take away 1. I always start from positive onwards, then I deal with the other ones later. What's 3 lots of nothing? Take away 1. 3 lots of 1s. 3, take away 1. 3 times 2. 6, take away 1. So this is going up. It tells you it's going up in 3s. So if we're going that way, it's going to go down in 3s. So what will that be? That's it. If you didn't want to work this out, that will still work with that. But if you're struggling with your negative numbers, just remember there's the pattern. And then you just plot these along the corridor up the stairs. So I'll plot the first 3. 0, minus 1. 1, up 2. And 2, up 5. Well, you could do the other ones, or you just get your ruler, line them up, and it should go through the points you need. Make sure you draw it for the whole width of the graph, so it goes through. Okay. All right, let's move on. How many meters in a kilometer? So don't forget, sometimes people get it the wrong way round. You need to divide that by 1,000, so that's going to be 0.7 kilometers. Okay, there's 1,000 meters. This one in grams to milligrams. Now milligrams, just be careful. Okay, Now milligrams is a 1,000 milligrams in there, times it by 10. Okay, so just be careful with the way you're going around. Okay, I did this. You boys, come on. There's only 20 minutes to go. Concentrate. These, we've done that. We've done that on the number line. If you had to put integers between there, does it include -4? No. So it's going to be -3, -2, -1, 0. Does it include the 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it goes here, draw this on this number line. You go up to where 2 is. You draw a circle. Which way is the arrow going to point? This way or that way? Left. And last thing, do I shade this or not? No. Why would, if it was there, would I shade it then? Yeah.
So,
You know,
where do you stop that line?
say good?
Where do you stop it?
You don't. You just let it keep on going on. This arrow means it keeps on going on. Okay. This is where you stop it because you got, now you can't do this straight away. Why can't you do this straight away? Because x is being divided by 2. So let's times everything by 2. So you get -2 less than greater than x less than times that by 2 is 4. Now you can draw it. You go up to 4. You go up to -2. First you connect those up with a straight line. Use your ruler. Then you decide which one. Are we going to shade the 4? No. Are we going to shade the -2?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it equals 2, we shade it. If it doesn't, so good. But you couldn't start this. Sometimes they do this, you know. They sometimes might say x plus 3 is greater than, less than 5 and greater than equal to 2. They might do something like that. You can't start this process until you take 3 from everything. Does that make sense? So that's, what's 2 take away 3? That's it. And then you can do, that's going to be -1 less than equal to x, and then you can be, oh sorry, that's just less than 2, and then you can do this process. Are we okay with that? Yeah. Right, we've got loads of questions. Can you remember what is this going up in? It's going up in 5s. So first of all, it's your 5 times table, 5n. 5 times table, 5n, 5, 10. Always write it above the sequence, 5, 10, 15, 20. Don't write it below because then you end up doing it the wrong way round. Always write the times table above the sequence. And then how do I get from 5 to 3, 10 to 8, and minusing 2? So this sequence becomes the 5 times table, take away 2. 5n, take away 2. Okay. It's 45 in the sequence. You can do that one or two ways. You can carry on adding 5 on here, or you can say that 5n minus 2, will it equal 45? Well, if you add that to there, you get 5n equals 47. And no, as 47 does not divide into 5. Okay, you could do it that way, or you could keep on adding 5s on here. 28, 32, with it, add 5, does that 33 in it? What am I doing? 38, 43, 48, 53. So no, it's missed it. Do you know what I mean? So you could do it any one of those, it misses it. What's up? I just added 5 each time. And show that 45 doesn't go there. Okay, how would you do this? Find the 5th number in this sequence. What would you do here? Simples. 5th is 5. Put it into there. N equals 5. 5 squared is 25. Take away 2. Bingo. Job done. 23. Okay. Are you okay with that table? Can I move on? Stop me where... What about this one? I'm just going to quickly run down because I know there's 70 odd. Those you can have to get tracing. If you get a rotation question, can I ask you to get tracing paper and then rotate it? This one is a straightforward. What is this called? This is called, you got to get 2 marks. First one is translation. So you get 1 mark for that. And then you got to write translation by, and you write the units. If I want to go from that corner to that corner, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that's going forward, so that's plus 6, and then you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 4. So translation by that vector. Yes, sir.
No, see if you have tracing people.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I've gone from, can I just say, sorry, I've gone from B to A, okay? It should be the other way round. I'm going from A to B, my bad. So that should be along the corridor, so it's going to be -6 and then up 4. Are we okay with that? Yeah. Sorry, I'm going through this fast and misreading. Sorry, your question, sir.
Number 41. See if you did have tracing paper.
Yeah.
Whereabouts would it be?
Right.
This is
Oh, reflect. Sorry, my bad. You could do this without tracing. I thought it was rotation again. I'm reading too fast. X equals 1. Where's x equals 1? There's x and equals 1. You're reflecting in this line. So that's 2 away. You go 2 that way. That's 2 away. That's 2 that way. And then you just draw it backwards. Okay. Right. Let's move on. What's this line called? Huh? Nah, man. What's this line? Okay. Mathematical names of A to B. A to B. What's that called? Diameter. F to G. F to G is chord. Yeah, chord. Thank you. Mathematical name for H. Excellent. That's the sector. What's this one called? Radius. And the whole outline? Circumference. What's this one called? Loads of people forget this one. Tangent. Nice one. Okay. This one, we've done loads of these practice. Would you like me to do it, or are you happy with it? Do it? Yeah. Just going to make it a bit bigger so you can see it a bit. So here we go. We've got 800 people that took part in the marathons. That's 850. And then it goes here. 678 of the competitors were adults. So there's 6, 7, 8. Take that away from there. So what's that going to give me? Huh? 172. Let me just double check that. 700. Yeah, that's right. And then it goes here. We're done. 59 competitors didn't finish the marathon. Right, just hold that thought. 59 didn't finish. So didn't finish and didn't finish. They got a 59. It goes here. 635 adults finished the marathon. 635 finished the marathon. There were 167, so that's 3 there, and that's going to give me 43 didn't finish. Are we okay with that so far? So you do with that, and then you come back to that. Now 59 finished the marathon. You know that 43 didn't finish. What do we add on to that? That's going to be 6, and that's going to be 16, so that makes it 59. Are you okay with that? 59 children didn't finish. Then take 16 from here, which is going to give you 60. What am I doing? Can't do now. 4, 6, and that's going to give me 5. That's going to be 156. Are we okay with that? Okay, so sometimes in those facts I could do that straight away, I didn't know I couldn't do this straight away yet until I had this information. So sometimes you have to skip something and come back to it. Okay, we've done loads of this. We did that in the starter. Anybody want me to go through? We're okay with this one? Okay with this? Factorize. Now this one, just be careful because I might as well do this. You got 6 is the highest factor, 6y. So you got 2y here, add 3. This one, expand 8 times 8, a squared, 10a, 3 times 8, 3a, and then 3 times 10, 30. Then you get a squared plus 13a plus 30. Factorize, we said this before when we're factorizing. Get the factors of 12, 1, 12, 2, 6, 3 and 4. Got to make a difference of 4, so there you go. So you got x, 2, 6, that's going to be positive, that's going to be a negative. Okay? Alright.
Just leave it as that.
Just leave it as that. We don't need to, because it hasn't said solve it, you can just leave it like that, put it just nice and neat, not like me. And just that's it, we're done.
The rest of solve it, and then you just write plus 2 minus 6.
Yeah, if it said solve, if it said make it equal to 0, then you have to write x equals 2 and x equals minus 6. Only if you have to solve it. Okay, how do we work this out? you did loads of these yesterday. What is this called? Was it yesterday? Pythagoras. Remember that this is the longest side, and longest side squared is equal to the two shorter sides squared. So that's going to be 25. Yes, I did some of these yesterday, and that plus that is 169, and then you square root it, which gives you 13. Okay, so yeah. How are we doing on this angle? Want me to do, or shall I move on? Do this one. Okay, so first of all, anybody tell me what's this going to be?
75.
75, because why? Reason? Angles on a straight line add up to 180. Right, next one. If I take this, and if I take this, I get a triangle. And what can you say the reason? Triangles add up to 180. You must write that as a reason. Then do 75, add the 35, which gives me 110. So what's left over? 70. So then you say this is 70. And last reason, opposite angles are equal, x equals 70. Perfect. You've got to give a reason for each one. So your reason here is straight line. Your reason here is triangle. They both are 180. And your reason here is opposite. You get me? Okay. So give reason all the way through. That's what you're going to get half the marks for, reasoning. Okay. Right. Does anybody know? It goes here. A cube surface area is that. Work out the volume. State your units. First of all, just to get that, it goes state your units. It tells you. Nightmare. Normally you get a mark for saying centimeter cube. So he's already told you that in the question. And if this is the total surface area, what? How do you get the dimensions? Does anybody know how we go backwards? This is a cube. Huh?
Square.
Huh?
Left one side.
Yeah. So what is that?
49.
What did you do?
You divide by only
294 divided by 6.
You got to divide it by 6. You got 6 faces in it. It's like a dice. You got 6 faces. If you broke down the net of this, you got 6 faces. And each face, if you divide that by that doesn't go into there. 6 into there is 4. 24 remainder 5. 6 into there is 9. So each face is worth 49. And the way you get 49 is 7 times 7 is 49. So these dimensions are going to be 7 by 7 by 7. Then you just got to do 7 times 7 is 49. Multiply it by another 7. And 63, 28, 28, 29, 34. Done. Okay. Okay, we've got 70 questions to go through and we've got 13 minutes. Let's make it count. Everybody okay with this on the compass? Put it down, put your tractor there, measure it. Standard form, we've done loads of these. Do you want me to go through them quickly? We're good? What's this then? 3.6 what? Somebody shout it out. 10 to the power? 3, 4, 5, 6. Not 6, but minus 6. This one. How many times I'm going to jump it? 5 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Yeah? And this one, you just be careful. Oh, this one people get wrong all the time. How many marks is that? 2 marks. Can I just quickly do this for you? Put it in standard form. You write it in unstandard. So you write 43 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these have got 6 numbers there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. No, I got it wrong. What have I done here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need an extra 0. That's going to be the 5. Sorry, miscounted. 6 there. You okay with that? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And then you do the subtraction. So that's 0. That's 0. That's 0. That's 0. That's 0. Here we got to borrow. 2, 1, 5. Borrow. 3, 1, 6. That's just 0 there, which is 3. Now you get it up to that point, you get 1 mark, but you need to put that in standard form, so it's going to be 3.65 times 10 to the power 7. Spot on. Okay, let's move on. Ice hockey 3/4. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this standard. What about this? It would use 12 bricklayers, 5 days to complete a building, build a new house. How long? 10 bricklayers. How long will it take? Anybody do that one? So 12 bricklayers, takes 5 days. Okay, so let's just do one bricklayer. So how many, if we divide that by 12, that's one bricklayer, and if that's divided by 12, we times that by 12. What is 5 times 12? 60. So one bricklayer is going to take 60 days. Then we need 10, so we times that by 10, which gives me 10 bricklayers. And opposite, because it's inverse here, that's going to be divided by 10. So that's going to take me 6 days. Are we okay with that? Yeah. Just be careful how we do that. Now, what's the assumption here? What assumption have you made? Exactly. Must work at the same rate. We call it same rate. The production must be same rate. If you got anybody lazy like me, then they're not going to work at the same rate. Okay. So we've done this earlier on. Make T the subject. So what's the first thing to do here? Is take the 5 to the other side. So you got T plus H equals 5k. Then make T the subject, 5k minus H. Okay? Can I just, sorry, I'm just going to be too, we did some of this. Can I just quickly blast? By the way, modal time. What's the modal here? What's going to be the modal time? Don't say 22. This is the modal time. It's the one with the highest frequency, but you must write it as this interval. Are we okay with that? Yeah. Don't write 22. You've got to write the time, not the frequency. It's the one with the highest frequency modal. Median, right, that's where you have to solve it. Somebody asked me earlier on, what will be the solutions here? X will be minus 10, X will be 1. Okay, sorry guys, I'm just going to stroll down because I want to see if there's anything. What correlation is this called? Come on, you've done it in science. Line of best fit, that is positive correlation. Remember this, how to do this? What's the area for pi r squared? So just put the 5 in there. So you got pi times 5 squared, 25 pi. Job done. That's all you need to do. 2 easy marks in the bag. Let me just stroll down 1 minute. We've done some of those in the starter. It's okay. No, thank you. So we've got that. We've got the average speed. We've got those. I told you about the plan. Bearing. How you doing on bearing? Huh? Go for it. So first of all, what do you know about parallel? What do you know about? Close that door, son. What do you know about these? They add up to 180. So if that's 135, this will be 45. Is everybody okay with that? Yeah. Now it goes here. Work out the bearing of A from B. We are going to measure from B. When you do bearings, you always start from the north. You go clockwise and you put your figure in 3 significant figures. Okay. So always start from the north, clockwise, and 3 significant figures. So you got 360, take away this 45, and you're going to end up with 315. So that's the bearing is going to be 315. Are we okay with that? Right. The key thing here is the parallel lines, and this is known as supplementary angles. Supplementary angles add up to 180. Supplementary angles add up to 180. You two, I'm checking you guys out, but it's all good. Your exam's tomorrow, yeah? We've done some of this A or B. Do you remember this? We did this last session. Do you remember that? Okay. Now.
Isn't that the your bit?
Yeah. Or this is or and stuff. Like so. State the values of A or B. So you get your A, you get your B, and this stands for E, which has got all the elements. This contains all the elements. So what we got? Factors of 12, odd numbers. First, give me factors of 12. So A, I'm going to call that A. That's B, factors of 12. We've got 1. There's 2 going to 12. Yeah. There's 3 going to 12. Yeah. 4, yeah. 5, yeah. 6, yeah. 7, yeah. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Done. So those are all the factors. Odd numbers, right? Odd numbers up to 15. Let's do it. All numbers must be less than 15. So B. Odd numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Does 15 come into there? No, because it's less than. Just be careful. Less than. Now, let's go. Is 1 common in both of them? Yeah. What do you say? Have I missed out something? No. 1. Come on, lads. Pressure's getting to some of us. 1, 2 is in here. 3 is in both. 4 is in here. 6 is in here. Anything else in both? That's in it.
No, nothing else.
And 12 is in it. So the rest are in here. Now that's going to be 1, 2, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Is that done? No. What do we need to do?
Percentages less than 15.
Exactly. So let's go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is 8 around? So we put it here. Is 9, 10 around? Put it here. 11, 12 around. Yeah, 13. Job done. So 8 and 10 needed to be put there.
What about 14?
Ah, my bad. 14 too. Sorry. Well done. Just testing you. All right. Are we okay with that? Yeah. Okay. Similar shapes. Just give me 1 second. How many did we say? 70 quid. It's more than 70.
71.
Right. Okay. Right. 5 minutes. Okay. We're doing all right actually. Similar shapes. Are you okay with similar shapes? Similar shapes have the same property. Just gotta be careful that this has gone to there. So what's happened to that shape? What you done? What's the scale factor? Times 2. So what would happen to this one? Times by 2, which will give me 9.2. So the work at the length of that, we're done. Everybody okay with that? Now, loads of people think the angle's been doubled too. Angle BAC, BAC. What angle will that be? 50. The angle does not get doubled. The angle stays the same. Okay, angle stays the same. Right. Okay, we've done some of this. What's going to be that? 2 regular polygons. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 6-sided shape. Yeah. So do you remember when we did exterior angles? Can you remember the formula? We did 360 divided by 6 is going to give me 60. So that gives me the exterior angle of 60. I'll come back to that. Yeah, just let me trying to show you what I'm trying to do. And here, what do we do here to get the exterior angle here? We do 360 divided by 5, which gives me 72. We're okay with that? Yeah. So we know that's going to have an exterior angle there. That's got exterior angle there. So let's just work out. That's going to be 120 of that interior angle. Is everybody okay with that? Yeah. So I'm going to put 120 there. And if that's 72, that's going to be 108 over there. Can you all see that? Yeah, 108 here. So what does this full turn equal? So if you do 120, add 108, 228, get 360, subtract the 228, you'll get 231, 132. 132. We're good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Right, last one. Wait, let me see if this. We've done loads of those. We're easy with this, yeah? Is this all right? Tree diagrams, we've done loads of those. We've done one of those. You just square the numbers and then do the quadratic. Are we okay with that? Do you want me to go through that? You okay?
What about the 60E?
I'm going to go through that one. And you want me to do the last one? So we do 2 more. That's okay. Can you do this? We do this one first. What does this remind you of? Density, yeah. So what's that? What's that triangle I told you to remember? What's the word? Moved. Moved. MVD. Mass, volume, density. Moved. Okay, remember that word for tomorrow. Moved. So you know that D is that. What is the area we need to work? Not area, we need to work at the volume because it says work at the mass. So how can we work at the volume of this slab? We can just do 2 times 20 times 5. Well, we can do, what's 2 times 5? 10. 10 times 20? 200 centimeter cubed. So then let's plug it in. M is there. Density is 2.5. And volume is 200. What's 2 times 100? 2 times 200, sorry. 400. And what's a half of 200? So that's going to be 500 grams. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, we did one of those the other day, so I'm going to leave that. You just basically select those. Make sure it's out of 5. 3 pink, 2 oranges in a box, so that's altogether 5. Yeah, so that's 3 out of 5. I just start you off, then you can finish it. That's 3 out of 5, and that's going to be 2 out of 5. And then you're selecting and putting it back. Actually, this is a dodgy one. You select and replace it in another counter, so just read through that. It's a bit tricky. Okay, we're going to finish on this one. What we're going to do here, we're going to double the second equation. Is everybody okay with that? So we've got 3x plus 2y equals 13. If I double this, that's going to give me 4x minus 2y equals 8. What do we do here to these equations? Do we add them or subtract them? Add them. If the signs are different, you must add them. So that plus that is 7x. 2 add minus 2 will be 0, and 13 add 8 is going to give me 21. So what will x equal? 3. Spot on. And then I'm going to sub it into any one. I'm going to sub it back into the equation 1. Sub x equals 3 in equation 1. So what is 3 times 3? Plus 2y equals 13. So 2y would equal what? Yeah, and y would equal? Job done. So pretty straightforward. I'm going to press N. I hope that was helpful. I'm sorry I've gone through that fast. There was 70